Still pretty dead, even though you just said that.
Pretty dead inside.
Yeah, man.
Is your voice getting broadcasted, yeah?
Yeah, of course it is.
Shit
Like,
hot.
I've okay. It's either that or you'll look clinically insane on the on the thing. So either way.
Right, I'm gonna try and finish demolishing what's left of my food before
Oh, I
we
do want
actually
to
start.
invite teams in.
Yeah, you start inviting the teams in, that's fine.
I'm gonna assume. Oh yeah, I fucking hate this world. Ugh. Social. Join up.
There he is, the man, the myth, the boosted.
I love it how me being not bothered to put an apostrophe in changes all of my wills to wells.
Do you know who won the last game?
Last game between Florida and Boston.
No,
I
the
don't
the
think.
one that was the one that was just on. It was Dallas versus New York. Wasn't it?
God knows, I didn't watch. I didn't. I was eating food because food's nice.
No, there wasn't a stream of it though. That's why I was asking if you knew.
Wasn't there? Oh, I have
I'm
no
pretty sure
clue.
I'm pretty sure they didn't have a caster.
Oh yeah, because I know Pass. He wanted to do this one, but he couldn't do any earlier. But then London boys are already here. We are alive, aren't we? If so,
Yeah, yeah.
I'll actually. Oh, right. PMA Cyber's out now. I've pulled. I've now pulled out the actual happy side of me for like the next hour. Oh, we need to do some. You need to mess about with the teams.
Yeah,
You need
yeah.
to get all of
I actually
Florida onto
don't have
one
a
team.
fucking clue who's on each team, so I know obviously the Florida
So
Mayhem logos are probably the Florida players. So
yes,
and Athena plays for Boston, right?
yes.
All right. Wait, is Itban trying to hide that he's climbed to Masters? Wow.
Well, so you got a private profile.
Yeah, he's definitely gold.
Yeah, make your profile public, everyone. Make my
Athena's
life
telling him to
easier. I
in
already
the
know that
in
this
the
stream.
chat.
I already know that people are stream sniping, so I may as well just announce it in here rather than message it in Discord.
Yes, feel
Makes
free
my
to snipe
life
the
easier.
stream. Alright, 14's now betrayed them and joined Florida.
Uh,
Does Justin play for Florida? I actually don't know. As a spectator, he'll be subbing for part 3 through, okay. He's on the red team.
so it's only Ispan so
Oh wait,
far
he's a sub.
on
I need to
Boston
make...
that have a
Yeah.
private profile.
That's fine with the spectator if you're watching the stream. Just need...
You know, Florida have two diva mains.
Should I allow 2 of the same hero so that we can have 2 divas?
I just avoided his teammate somebody by mistake rather than. I'm not gonna get that back, am I? I just went to check check profile, and instead it was right above it. And so now, Mr. Send, I can no longer actually play with them if they're on my team in comp. Does Florida have another player?
I hope so.
I do too. But just stick Justin Shark in if not.
He's their sub though. They must have another player.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If he's their sub, they can really just sub him in now. Big thing. Oh, I'm being pinged. I didn't even check.
Yeah, is Athena saying to kick it ban if he's not made his profile public?
Have you seen Florida play before then?
No, I've not actually.
Actually, no, I may have actually. I thought they were really good though. Like, 'cause I know that they're a new pre-made team into the league. So I remember seeing them play once. I think maybe I was watching it. Oh yeah, that was it. I think it was me and Connell because we just sat in spectators watching teams because we wanted to do a bit of a having a look at. So we just sat there for like 3 hours watching all the games and we saw Florida.
Sad times.
Really
I have the PS4 overlay thing on for the stream. Oops. I am retard. Please don't judge me. Sorry, I used that word too much. Yeah, no, I won't do that. I won't do that. I won't do it.
Yes, I just have to correct you. No, it was just an unfortunate mistake.
Is this guy their last player?
It can be, and it is.
It is now.
Well volunteered.
Okay, I'm gonna close the lobby so no one else can join.
Aw.
I know nothing about this game. How do I do this? Okay.
You know what I didn't get? I didn't get a drink with me. That's a very sad time. I could have used a drink of beer right about now.
I should have pinged when I said ready, guys, because no one's gonna fucking reply.
Do you want me to ping?
Yeah, ping them. Ping them all.
Ping them all? What? At everyone?
Hi, everyone.
Really
How to piss people off.
Why would you piss people off for leaving Philly? I don't need more shit.
Right, I've got the chat open on my computer. Fantastic. Oh, this guy plays for Houston. Why is he trying to spectate then? God. Is this guy... I don't know who plays for who. This is the problem here. Can I get some information, please?
So, we're not going to start because JP, we're still waiting for them. So you put JP to spectator, open up spectators, make it make spectators wider, put JP into there, and then Florida need another person, which I'm going to ping Pugs.
They said to put Justin in.
Put Justin in.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine then. That's all sorted. Yeah, we can't start unless everybody plays along at least. You know, in Discord. Also, I need Florida to respond.
I just need it ready from Florida and then I can go.
Yeah, like, that's what we're waiting for. So, obviously, Boston are the favourite to win currently, I'd say. You know, they've got a lot of really good players. Deadfault's amazing on his Reaper.
I'm shocked by the lack of Jerry in the lobby, but that's fine.
I'm not. I mean, he normally plays his off feelers, but it seems that, you know, maybe flexing.
Right, everyone's ready. Are you ready, Cyber?
Aye, Captain.
Let's
See,
get it.
I did it. I'm committed.
Let's
yeah,
go.
I think Athena will be going over to the healer role, and then I believe that maybe 14 will be DPSing for his team. So expect Junkrat / Farah from.
Yeah, I do expect 14, based on what I've seen from him, to be playing the DPS role.
Unless he's flexing over to the Mercer, donning his Guardian Angel wings.
Try to control his camera. It's amusing. I paused it.
Good start.
I'm just getting used to the controls, guys. Don't judge me.
That's fine.
Alright, so 14 on the Junkrat. Athena's on DPS as well, so we've got Athena and 14 on DPS.
So
interesting.
healing.
It's banned on main tank. That is something I've not seen before.
Athena's on healer, yeah.
Yeah, Deadbolt's DPS. Let's see what's happening here.
And then for the side of Sanfran, I can't say nothing out of the ordinary, although there is a hand. So, you know, if they literally roll out with that, that would be quite fun to see. We haven't seen a Hammond yet in a AHC, or at least I haven't casted the game with Hammond. So that should be quite fun. Although I don't feel like it should be an issue for Boston to deal with a Hammond just because of Deadbolt's Reaper play. Like, I feel like just shut it down if it did become an issue, just swap over. Seems that Deadbolt's going to be doing a little bit of a meme here with his Torbjorn.
I'm definitely switching the controls on this account next map because this is difficult to control. But we're gonna go with it for this one. Start off on. I'm gonna watch the killer on attack. Nice Junkrat spam. Hefty fire strike there.
Both teams are just trying to see what the situation is. Oh, failed charge. Outside of Sanfran, he's going to fall to Deadbolt's turret. So getting the first kill of the map. Well done, AI. That should be this first fight.
Yeah, they're both backing up to group up. Good decision.
And it looks like we're already
switched onto a Farah.
As well as the Zen.
Going for the Farah Mercy, take out the turret, good decision. Takes out one big threat. And they've lost their Zarya straight away. Hitban playing very aggressive on the Reinhardt.
Hikito getting another turret destruction, so at least he's being able to stop a small amount of the spam from Boston. As well as Killer getting finding a pick on 14, and from this Zen getting a pick on 2
Athena's able to just sit away on the side and just fire shots, and no one's diving on the Zen from Florida.
Although Florida will have a chance to recontest now if they group up quick, and as long as none of them die, they should have the man advantage.
And they do have, I'd say, the ult advantage is incredibly in Boston's favour right now. They have everything except from the Earthshatter.
Yes.
They have both huge support ultimate, and there's the Molten Core. It's going to be almost impossible to push in right now. Justin does get a pick, and a huge tire from 14. Insane. Yeah.
Nearly half of Sanfran's time gone, with no progress on the board.
Let's watch 14's Junkrat for a while. Rocking the Dr. Junkenstein skin, appreciate it.
Although Boston did use 3 ultimates that fight, which was easily won just through 14's 1 ultimate.
Yeah, now the ult advantage is definitely flipped over. I think they're waiting for the grab to go for the big grab dragon combo.
Yeah.
Well, the dragon would be great just to make space here.
Got the chance, so they need to either take Tina out, make sure that she's caught in the grab. This is using an offensive coalescence to start off the fight.
I mean, they're just struggling to get through the choke right now. There's so much spam coming from 14. Farah's managed to sneak her way around the back. Not doing it. There we go. The grab. Trans comes straight out from Athena. Incredibly good play. They didn't take out the Zen. Just wasted 2 ultimates there.
although Justin has taken out the turret and the killer gets a pick onto Athena after her trance.
The Mercy's low on the point, they need to protect her. Not happened. 14's just going absolutely ham here on the Junkrat. Almost shooting the Pharah out the sky. It looks like Florida are going to take it here.
And actually, Pharah just said to say he charged them this, but make sure that his team didn't die whilst
Really strong first point defense there from Boston though. They'll be happy with that, I think.
Yeah.
Pharah's sitting round on the left, on the right side of the point from the defensive side anyway. They've switched onto the Soldier 76 for Deadbolt to deal with the Pharah, I think. She's got Barrage, she's waiting to get an opportunity, I think.
Health restored.
Yeah, killer gets a pick on an A pick onto this to start off the fight.
Goes for the Barrage. Only gets the Roadhog, and the push has been shut down already.
I would say that they managed to get a res onto a pistol, and although 14 gets picked so this Athena, and it seems that the small advantage of Boston is going to allow them to protect this point. Athena getting another pick, 2 picks, and a headshot no less.
Yeah, big plays. No ultimates online in the game at all right now, and none are coming up extremely soon, apart from the coalescence for Boston. The killer's actually got his shatter as well, I didn't see that.
My ultimate is charging.
Boston just holding this high ground right now, every player up here. Florida just need to group up, they're very split right now, don't want to get picked. Starting to push up the stairs, Genji behind, nice pick from Athena there. 14 goes down.
14 return, and now it's 5v5 with Killer still having this ultimate. Depending on whether Killer can get a huge stun here, it can really affect the fight for this team.
I just see there's no pressure on Athena, she's almost got Transcendence up as well, so that's a big kill from 14 there, coming out of spawn.
Kita gets a pick onto Liska. Ispan gets a crucial pick, a crucial charge onto a Florida's.
You can shoot the tire, 14 coming out with the tire, nice. Big kill on the Zarya there. Got a ticket, they've got a ticket at least.
I don't know whether they'll get anything else.
There's the trans.
Trans. It seems to be working out in Boston in Florida's favour.
Yeah, it is. The Widowmaker, big headshots onto the. Oh, the Athena's trans there saved the Roadhog while he was going for his ultimate.
Athena will fall on to the point from Pinky-Toe. Pinky-Toe has been contested this whole fight, just in the back line shooting, picking off Boston pace as they come out.
And now finally Itban has noticed her and has his shield up, and he gets headshot as soon as he puts it down. But there we go, one fight for Boston. Good progress though, they've still got 1 minute 40, they can build up more ultimates. And they've got the Grav ready to go, just need a Dragon Blade to go with it, I believe.
Either a Dragon Blade or sometimes Ryan Axe would suffice.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it this way, Boston don't have any defensive ultimates. They're not close to anything, and Florida know that. So if they just grab, they may be able to just win the point through the sheer amount of damage that the grab can do. With
here's 14's Tracer. I've played against this a few times. Sees the Zen. He knows what his target is.
Mr.
Doesn't get the one clip, and the Zen escaped.
But they haven't been able to take out a
14 needs to contest the point onto Tracer, he's on it now. It's going to be tough though. Good recall. Can he get the Mercy? If he gets the pick on the Mercy, that's huge. And the Snipe and the Widowmaker. Uncontested Widowmaker from Florida the whole time on that second point.
And Florida are going to have some time in the bank, not a massive amount, but some time nevertheless, which is still crucial. They're going to get that extra minute if Boston do happen to get past the first second point as well. So that's very, very useful, and it's unfortunate that Boston just couldn't hold on that little bit longer just to make it into overtime, because the difference between getting a minute and not getting a minute is quite crucial actually, because it's a whole other attempt at the map, even if you are in overtime for most of that time.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I know sometimes you just see meme stuff in the spawn, but I'd love to see Deadbolt playing the Doomfist.
I think he does play Doomfist.
That could be
really
very effective.
I think I've been punched by Deadbolt once or twice in Doomfist. Let me just be cool. Let me just get up like my picture frames of me. Look, here's me on watch point Gibraltar. Fun time there.
Okay, it's much easier. I can flick between people a lot easier now. This will be better.
I'm taking care of it. The questionable judgment.
You see, Andy's also improved his caster game on this, so that's good to see.
I mean, it was terrible before, so we're just gonna.
Systems checked out. Ready for
Better than mine. I just go free roaming and just do like a sky head.
I swear, every time I see Itban play, he's on a different role. Off support, then main tank, then
Hello.
It's
sorts.
the ultimate flex.
Yeah, truly.
I think Marlos might actually be running Hamster. That's
Got the Farah Mercy from 14 and Athena. Be effective. Junkrat traps at the door. Now the Boston finally push out. There we go. Interesting from Florida. If they can get rid of the Soldier 76 quickly, then there will be nothing to deal with this Farah on the side. Florida. 14 putting in some big damage, but
yeah, not creating a lot of space for his team, and he's
big kill. That's main tank down for Florida, and the Junkrat too.
Well, then the rest on to Ryan.
Yeah, that's huge.
Right,
and Deadbolt's gone down on the Doomfist. The Soldier
Athena.
14 knows exactly who he wants to kill. It's the Soldier 76 in the back line.
So he's trying to just run away using those.
14 has ultimate already.
So he's created a lot of space actually, because the whole team of Florida went back to go and help the Soldier, and now they haven't held a frontline offensive. As well as Milos has now come rolling in to create more space. 14 gets 2 hits onto the biggest.
He doesn't die mid-ultimate either, that's huge.
And that should be this first point, I think, going towards Boston with a fantastic time.
Yeah, as long as they keep the Moira alive in the corner, they should be fine. And she's had to pop ultimate. Don't know if she had to pop ultimate there or if that was a...
I mean, she got 2 picks,
I mean, yeah,
she didn't get anything out of it.
It does guarantee that they get the point quicker, so... Stops any stall potential.
Just depends how useful that ultimate would have been on the next point. Because right now Boston only have Athena's ultimate, whereas if they had Coalescence it wouldn't have been amazing. Like, it's not a, oh, they're guaranteed to get this point, but at least it helps a little bit more than the situation that they are in now.
So Valkyrie up for Boston to push in with, and Earthshatter and soon to be Valkyrie for Florida. So I think
now,
Boston will probably want to poke and try and build up a couple more ultimates before they take a big fight.
Yeah.
Although they're not going for that, they're going straight onto the point.
Can I get a huge slam on point? A follow up from just his start, take that Lister. Once he's just trying to stall out the point using his
Athena did use her Valkyrie trying to keep alive the tanks.
Milos getting rid of the killer with his ult.
Milos is very low, but he's managed to get himself out of the fight for a second to get some healing. And that's Athena being pinned into a room by a Brigitte. It feels bad, man. That was brutal.
But he's changed over to the Genki and he's already got his ultimate. That's from 1-5, that's already got that blade up and then...
Yeah, I think we're going to have to watch
That's
14 as he goes in for the next fight.
Let's hope he's been listening to all of his reboot tracks, Redder. Owning his skills with the blade.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm retarded. I'm
No,
silly.
doing it. You're doing it for dramatic effect.
How do I get the view where it's just like overall? So I don't have to...
I think it's L1 that you press. And it lets you toggle between them. I ain't too sure though, I just always leave it in for
I'll check after this map. I'm very sorry for the person who's asking for this. I am new to this.
That's right,
So we'll just watch some incredible Brigitte gameplay instead. Poor hamster, Milo's getting bullied.
Another pick I just I don't know what Boston does here to change up to get a defense side. I mean, a good push. Did they switch off the Hammonds or like? Because so far it's just that they're getting beat before they even get to touch the point. Like they're diving in, and then if they do dive in onto point, they'll just get pounced on by the rest of Florida. So would it be worth having a Reinhardt shield, maybe, from this span, rather than the monkey? It depends.
This is my will.
Paul's just going to roll in.
Oh, that's a big May
Oh,
wall.
he's going to be blocked off and just bullied by a bigger May compact. They manages to carve that mistake.
May has to block herself up.
14 with one.
14 going for the blade.
Another pick on 2. Ricky, again getting a pick on 2 Florida's Mercy. And that should be the point. Although I see the pulls to a Mace Blizzard damage.
Milos is about to go down as well. The spawns are too fast for Florida, they're just not getting quick enough kills.
But yeah, but the thing is, Boston right there, they lost Athena through no fault of their own, just to the Blizzard. And at that point, they didn't have any sustain to really make sure that they could get a tick or any progress onto the point.
There we go, right. West is making fun of me in the chat, I figured it out. God damn it, Wesley. He's the worst guy, isn't he?
Yeah, man. Only plays D.Va.
D.Va one trick over
Best
here.
D.Va me. But only D.Va me.
Right, so Boston grouping up at the front of the main entrance.
Really useful.
Ban leading the way in. Fire Mercy on the side. Tina does have her ultimate online in just a second.
This game invests in a person to start off the fight, 14 using that, and send out to take out McGee. The Mace has been dealt with from Florida.
They have gone for the Primal Rage just to make sure that they can survive long enough, Florida.
Justin takes out Athena, and they still haven't had any progress at the point from Boston.
No.
Only just are using their mobility to
They finally killed the May.
But they don't have any sustain from Athena, they only have this guy as a healer.
Down goes the Mercy. Deadbolt's doing work on this Doomfist.
You can try taking out Ithman. Still no tick.
Here we go, this could be it now, but there's the Blizzard on the point.
Athena's trying to not get frozen, she's going to be stalled and taken out. Oh no, not yet.
I have a really funny feeling this might be it. Florida looking like they're going to stop Boston from making any progress whatsoever on that push.
As well as both the healers from Boston being stalled out. Like, they've now got to wait at least another, like, 10 seconds just to get all groups back up again, which they didn't have time really to spare those seconds.
Getting called toxic casters for bullying Wesley.
Wesley's not in the game.
So Boston have one more fight here, they're going to need to group up. They're going in main again.
Boston have the ult advantage, but Florida.
Oh, down goes it ban into the pit. Huge soldier ultimate, potentially.
It hasn't taken anyone out yet.
No, it hasn't.
And this is going to use their ultimate. Boston have lost 2 players so far.
14 goes down while using his barrage, that's huge.
40 goes down to a battle.
And once again, a lack of focus on the May. May and Brigitte on the point is just an insane amount of sustain.
Florida will take this first.
And that's it, Florida take map 1 against Boston.
What do you think Boston could have done there to make that a win? Like,
honestly,
if Van took my advice, he went to Rhine, and that gave him a little bit more pushing power, and it was successful. Like, we saw that on the second to last 2 fights. This man did really well, and he opened up a lot of space for his team. So I don't know what Boston could have done at that
I don't
point.
know. It's I'm not sure if it's just a lack of target priority, because I think potentially focusing the May and Brigitte are the two things. They're the things that were surviving the longest.
Definitely Florida's May was an issue because her Blizzard was just dominating that whole first.
I mean, yeah, it covers that
whole
entire point.
and it was just, although Boston would get picks, they wouldn't kill off the Mei. The Mei would then stall out, and then Boston would then have to deal with the respawns after losing players. Like the Athena fell pretty much every fight after the first fight, which is no fault of her own. It's just part and parcel of the healer job. So after Athena fell, they didn't have any sustain to really help the team survive, and so then they just wouldn't be able to out resource Florida hero wise, because then Florida would always have the small advantage.
Alright, we need to make sure everyone's ready for next map.
Do you want to mess about with any controls before we go in?
I'd have to leave the game to do that, so I better not.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll do it like while we're loading up the game, like loading into the thing. Just need to make sure everyone's ready. Florida ready?
Florida have just already said GG.
Yeah, GG, like it's not over yet, bro.
Is this gonna be per map that we're gonna do the GGs for? Can we move that to per round instead? That'd be way better.
Right, Athena's ready too, let's go.
Apparently my mic volume's really low, so we're gonna make this ASMR stream after we've my mic closer.
Oh yes.
ASMR Cyber back. It's not just in the interviews that I do ASMR now, apparently.
That was really well played by Florida. I honestly, before this game, I didn't really know any of the Florida players, so I did think Boston would probably have the advantage coming in terms of their players, but Florida really proved to me there that they're on par with Boston.
I mean, Florida as a team, I know that they're a pre-made that just came into the league, so we don't know how long they've been playing with each other, how well they know each other plays. Like, for all we know, they could just be one of the top teams, and we've never seen them really perform up until now. So they could be a really good contender. And for what we've seen that last map, I'd say that they are. I'd say that they're one of the top 4 teams at least in this league, if not higher.
Couldn't agree more.
I'll show them.
Alright, so let's have a look at the team comps that are coming out here. It looks like we've got a Fire Mercy with a Sombra on the side of Florida with a Reinhardt Diva tanks.
That's family friendly.
Yep. And
Dead doesn't know what he wants to pick yet.
yeah, they might be going with the Deadbolt on the Zarya. Okay.
Miles has gone on to his Sombra, so it's going to be stopping all the fun for the Florida players, especially your pinky toe on that Tracer. Getting hacked is a massive pain on Tracer.
Huge fight happening already. Hitban plays so aggressive on the Rhine, I love watching it, it's great. Baby Diva's just getting bullied right now. Great start to the fight from Boston. They don't lose anybody. Fire Mercy coming in around the side now though, from Florida. And 14 just takes her straight out the sky.
Wallace doing performing a pincer in the backline is really hindering Florida. It just seems that like they can't deal with the Sombra in the backline, and then it's been applying pressure on the front line.
Florida are going back into spawn. It looks like they're going to maybe switch up comps here. Maybe not.
Maybe it's just because they're regrouping but really far back. So
Yeah, they're
normally.
They're definitely gonna. Oh, huge fire strike there from Killer. As the fight starts, Killer is a bit too far ahead of his. Okay, he's got the team are playing right behind the shield. Huge amount. The Moira produces so much healing. This is going to be a long, drawn-out fight for both teams, and a huge hack from Milos.
No, he's being pressured.
Massive shard from Hitban.
And he got
Huge play.
Blinked into that charge. She wasn't slammed. They got accidentally blinked into the charge and then got taken off the map with the rest of their team.
They don't manage to quite keep the Baby Diva hostage there, but she's gonna have to go back. Maybe gonna. Oh, she's gonna stay on Baby Diva and try and get a mech back. Okay, rather than go back and switch. I'm not sure.
Equally in ult economy.
Yeah.
Except for Tina, actually, the team is quite close. So Boston's got the ult economy advantage.
EMP there from Boston, and that just allows 14's tag visor to do the work.
Liska invested her coalescence as well. I don't know.
Tactical crouching there from 14 after he finished that tag visor. I don't know if you saw that.
Tactical crouching, is that what we call it?
That's what we're calling it.
Huge bomb? No picks.
Could have been, it could have been.
It's
a big pick on it, ban from the Genji.
Athena gets a pick onto a hint.
Both Moiras are down for either side, and
if I were to take the point.
Do.
And this
looks like we have a map on our hands now.
Back in.
Ban is just feeding. There we go. Alright.
And that should give a Fodder another little bit of percentage, around about 5% extra.
Now let's see what Boston's game plan for retaking is going to be here, because what they should really do, I think, is probably just play around Milos building up that EMP. He's 50% right now. Potentially big blade here. Pulls it out, hacking and slashing, but a big Lucio ultimate. Well, from Athena will definitely stop most of that.
Oh, that's a huge slam.
Counter shatter from it, and he gets 4 down, but there's no follow-up from Boston. Maybe a bit out of turn there with the shatter. I know he saw the opportunity, but he'd already lost 2 or 3 people on his team.
Late coalescence invested for a Florida. It seems that both teams, Moiras, invest their coalescence either before the fight or right at the end of the fight when it's already won. Like, I haven't seen it when a coalescence has been used where it's like, okay. I mean, right at the start of the fight it's always great for coalescence, it's very offensive ultimate, but I've seen it used where there's just like 2 alive left.
So when Milos does build up this EMP, he's gonna have to make sure he gets the Zen, because the Zen is sitting on Transcendence right now for Florida.
It depends on how well Florida's how the siege breaches are on this Zen.
Grab from Florida.
Really well.
Ever since Florida have taken the point, they've just dominated this match.
Deadbolt's gonna get staggered as well, and Malice has been found. So he's gonna maybe get staggered. Yeah, Malice got staggered by Pinky Toe.
He does have the EMP. They do have ultimates to use here. They've got Grav coming up, they've got Coalescence and Tac Visor. Here's the Visor from 14. Is the Transcendence going to come out from Florida? It is. EMP's got to come in now. Florida getting the picks.
Huge pop. No picks.
Oh.
His man will fall.
Big EMP though.
Trying to EMP. With a grab as well, but there's going to be no follow-up. Just because of no nothing.
And the blade comes out again from Florida. Heartbreak for Boston after that 99% to 0.
Florida played that really well where they just kept on staggering Boston's very few last players, and that stagger is just what, like, they did it pretty much every fight, and that built up percentage really quickly for them and allowed them to keep control of the fight really well.
It did. I think there was like 1 or 2 misused ultimates from Boston when they were like, they should have just kept them all and built up to the EMP, but they, like, Itban went for a shatter that was never going to hit any. Well, he did get 4 down obviously, but he wasn't paying attention to the kill feed, and 2 of his team had already died, so it was just a shatter for nothing in the end. Again, like, there was huge Lucio ultimates as well from Athena, but they weren't enough to keep the team alive obviously.
We just see whether Boston use any different tactics on this map. So he's at 14's gone to his Pharaoh with Athena pocketing him.
Pharah's very popular in this map. This is generally a Rhine map, so you don't see as much Diva in use, so Pharah can get a lot more effectiveness.
The San Francisco Diva's been uncontested trying to bully Athena so far, and Athena's getting to pull with little help from my team to say that.
Yeah, I mean 14 was on the ground for some of that fight as well, so it doesn't really help that Athena's got nowhere to escape to.
Health
Yeah.
restored.
And something is gonna get
14 has built his way up to 66% for a...
Liska's already got her coalescence
Gosh.
as well. So they've got the all advantage on the side of Boston. Deadpool's gonna change over to a Reaper, the Reaper Incarnate. And so we're gonna see what Dead can do there.
They are holding at the door here, but that means that the Farah isn't even in the fight. Like 14 isn't in this fight, he's just outside doing nothing. So they're fighting a 5v6 right now. Okay, he's come inside to join in. Shatter completely blocked there by Itban.
Deadpool gets a,
Goes for his own and dies in the process. And again, Florida just a huge coalescence there from the Moira.
You only need to get 2 picks, but she also kept pretty much their whole team alive throughout that.
Yeah, you'd be proud of that one, Cyber, as a Moira main yourself.
Oh, Moira main, not of choice.
Want to go back to the Tracer days.
Yeah, man.
So-
Sorry is really charged up as well. Like, that's
Boston have split, the tanks from Boston have split from the rest of the team, although they've regrouped up here in the high ground. Can 14 get anyone with this? Does get the Lucio. The Lucio and Brig are both down.
Hitman getting a huge charge as well. To try to even out the fight, although he's going to full getting focused down.
This is Boston's last chance.
Coalescence. Athena just survived back onto the point, and he's going to get res onto Itban.
Res Itban is huge. Shatter from Itban there.
Nice charge.
Lucio on the point is stalling big time here for Florida. There we go.
That being vain though.
And are we going to see a mirror match of what happened last time? Deadbolt has finally switched on to that Reaper, who's known for being one of the best Reapers in this league. Why am I going this way?
Florida do have the advantage, however, from last fight, and Boston don't seem to be very close to any of them. Maybe they're that tire from 40, they don't have any builds set up.
He's got the tire, he's going to have to use it here, I think. Gets himself out of the fight so he can go for a tire. Is it going to be huge?
Killer getting 3 picks from a very
14's tire is coming in and he just gets a Zarya bubble. That's unfortunate. And Florida looks so strong here. Showing that triple support is amazing, as proven by London last season. But Jesus.
Take notes quick. Moira player of the game. This is Florida's Moira, isn't it? I think this is the coalescence where we said, yeah, it's this coalescence is what we praised.
This was a big coalescence. It kept up the Brigitte and then the grab. Just look at it.
That's a 4-man.
Huge play.
Coalescence. This could the only person to get a card on her team, but she did really well, healing up to 30% of her team's damage. That's really good for Moira. That's like really good. So, yeah, Boston is still putting up a fight. Like, even though it doesn't look like it from the end of the match, like results where you're going like, oh, 2-0. It was still 99 to 99, so it's still very close.
Like, these games have been close. Like I expect Boston to win a map. Like I don't see a world where they don't do it.
Or at least this series will be called a close 4-0. Like, I know that doesn't make sense in theory,
No, it does. It does.
Like,
I
the
get you.
percentage. Yeah, I think this is going to be a close 4-0 series, maybe, or they may even be able to do the reverse sweep. I mean, now's the time better than any to do a reverse sweep.
Someone has disappeared from the Florida side. Just need to wait for them to come back.
Sub me in, coach. Hopefully they'll come back. If not, we'll have to see if we could get a sub, and that may affect the Florida team.
Just in case anyone was wondering, has just joined us and they're wondering what the score is. It is 2-0 to Florida. Boston down. 0-2 here. They're grabbing a sub apparently, so just give them a second to do that.
Where did you read that?
In the scrim
Oh.
page, they're talking in the scrim page for some reason, not really sure.
I'm always like, everybody always goes, oh, this happened still. I'm like, which channel is it in? I'm looking in like 5 separate channels. It's
No,
like,
if you don't ping
well,
Cyber, he won't see the message.
yeah, man.
So just ping him in every message anyone ever sends in
Don't
the
do
thing.
that. I don't need like 50 notifications. I won't read the message anyway. I had something like, I was in this other league, I had something like 113 notifications, and I didn't read any of them.
Oh, here we
They were
go.
always
People
just
started to
red
ping
alerts.
you.
I hate this world. Yeah, that's fine though, that's fine. That's just you tried, that's fine.
So Hollywood, what are we likely to see from each team? I think 14's probably going to play as Farah again, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think, but the issue is that like, although 14's playing the Pharaoh, Athena is just getting focused down by a Florida's Diva like every game, and the sustained damage doesn't allow Athena to do the self heal, and it just really affects like the efficiency of Far Mercy. They need to either Boston either needs to focus down Florida's Diva as a team, or they need to Liska needs to go to the Zen and just give the Harmony Orb to Athena to allow her to have a better sustain throughout the fight,
Right, that's...
as well as more damage.
I'd like to see if maybe... I'm not sure if Florida's main tank is just a Reinhardt player, or he's got another trick up his sleeve with maybe a Winston, but all I've seen from him so far is Reinhardt. So maybe on this map, on second point, where there's a lot of high ground elevation, maybe we'll get to see some Winston play.
Hopefully, he also acts like SQC. That'd be amazing. Just to hear slamming of the desk in comms.
Welcome to Hollywood.
We always need an SQC on the team. Especially if he plays like him.
Ban going back onto his signature Zenyatta. Dead Volt on main tank. That means Athena might get to play DPS here. I'd love to see that. She is known as the secret weapon of Boston.
Do you ever think a Harold Glitchbot is ever actually satisfied from being escorted to his trailer? Do you always just think he's in a constant state of anger?
Just
I mean,
anger,
you just throw abuse
always.
at you the whole time that you're escorting him. Here he goes.
So Boston on defense first. Athena on the Genji. Okay.
Hey, looking forward to the.
So we're not seeing 14 on the Pharah, we're actually going to see Florida pulling out the Pharah first, and 14 on the McCree. Okay.
Yeah, Farah on defense is quite difficult.
Yeah, that'd be quite
So
niche, yeah.
It's very difficult to be a defensive Farah, because Farah is very much a thing where you have to go forward to really get like words are escaping me. Any positives? I'm gonna have to say the word positives because I can't remember if it's any of
So
the
once
words.
again, we're going to get another map,
positives out.
Cyber, where the only main tanks in play are Reinhardt's. And I'm okay with
This is
it.
just a hint to you. This is just.
Oh, it's telling me to go back to playing Reinhardt. No.
Yes.
No, I'll stick to Hanzo, thanks. So...
Oh, Marlos is going to be using his vehicle to just create a lot of
Just-
destruction in space.
Big pin though.
Although Ifran's going to be bullied in Cafe and a
14 is down, so the Pharah could rain absolute terror down here. Everyone's dead that I've switched to.
Liska falls. Athena trying to fight back, getting a pick onto the Pharaoh. She will fall after that, and that's a very quick time for Florida.
Yeah, it's a rapid first point take. 14 got pushed back into the cafe and just lost his life instantly.
Yeah,
Milo's thought about contesting there, he's just staggered himself a lot, although he does have his ultimate ready to go in. Hammond is the fastest hero in the game at getting back into the fight, so... Hopefully Boston can get a wee regroup here. And down goes the Farah. The body is somehow flown all the way up there, but sure. Gonna be no res from the side of Florida. Big block shatter there from Killer.
The team is invested. And it seems that's going to be Boston getting a nice
Boston take the fight.
Into this fight. Button's looking to get his high noon on soon here in Hollywood. So this got over to it as well.
Seen the fight from overhead here. Huge pin maybe, if they can finish off the Zarya. They finish him off, and again Boston take the first 2 picks of the fight. Can they follow up?
Terry in return takes out Deadbolt though. This could get a damage or kill onto...
Both support ultimates come out from Boston, that should win them the fight, you would imagine, although the cart is still moving.
The cart's still moving, and they didn't use them in response to any other ultimates. They used them in response to keep 14 alive, and they used both.
I think luckily for them though, the lack of DPS ultimates coming up for Florida. I mean, they have the grab and shatter coming up, but the blade it might be a little bit off. Athena is closer to her blade, so if she can lost some magic. 14 is uncontested on this high ground. The lack of Winston is leaving 14 a lot of breathing room to just shoot down from above, although he's not really doing much. He's looking for a high noon. Athena just goes for it, but she does die. She does take out the Zenyatta though. There's going to be a res from Florida.
How did that have the man advantage? Although a
shatter from Deadbolt. There you go.
And it's back to the drawing board for Florida. Although Florida do have 3 ultimates. So does Boston. Boston's close. Itban's.
I think Itban definitely looks more comfortable on the Zenyatta than the he did a very aggressive Reinhardt, to be fair, but he just looks more at home here. The grab comes out, and then comes the trans from Itban. 14 with 2 huge picks.
3 picks from 14. Is he getting a pick as well?
And that's another fight for Boston. Florida need to put something together here. I'd love to see them swap over to dive.
Boston did use just then though, nearly 4 ultimates then, or 3 to 4. Just to win that one fight, and now Florida's starting to they've at least got a tire, and
we're seeing the Widowmaker come out now from Florida, and the Rip Tire.
Tire, let's see if you can find it.
Oh, it's going for the Reinhardt. It got Itban.
It took out Itban. There's no rest for that either, so that's permanent death on the side of a Boston.
14 dueling this Reinhardt right here.
Justin takes out Deadbolt. And the team is just trying to escape now to regroup with their team. Hopefully to get another contest on the second point of Hollywood.
14 is behind all of them on the high ground, although there's a D.Va now acknowledging his existence on the high ground. 14 might get staggered here. Does take out the Moira on his way in. Well, that's a huge kill. I'd rather lose a DPS than lose a support. The blade comes out from Athena again. Love this aggro Genji play.
Onto the other healers, and whilst they are winning the point for Boston,
and the cart is just constantly getting walked. And that second point taken.
There onto the point, and the teammates just get staggered now. I think that orbs are very difficult to hit on a robotic cyborg ninja, it seems. Miles has gone back into the habit, trying to disrupt the enemy, trying to have a large amount of impact. Gossip Boston have been very experimental in these matches. Like, in
look
this
at 14.
Like, they're using very different comps. Deadbolt's not normally on the vine, this man's not normally on the vine.
I think 14 was planning to get a lot more than 1 kill with that. He was going for a big flank Deadeye, but he does get it, the Ana. That's a huge pick, obviously.
Just in
Four Lessons is up for Liska.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Athena will have a blade as well, so it's 3-3 for ultimate wise. Although a Florida will be coming up to a Dragon Strike as well, so that should give them the advantage that they need to win the next fight. So some killers been found, although he gets a pick onto this guy using the nano boosted fire strike. Athena takes out one in the back line.
She's very low, she needs a bit of healing before she can do any more.
And 14 may just get staggered by a Florida's Voivod.
Florida do have a tire, but he does not elect to use it there.
He's just trying to keep her team alive.
Do you use the dragon?
Oh
my goodness.
Athena gets 3 picks. Since I thought they just get to try to escape, oh, they get demeched. Milos with a huge demech. I don't think D.Va will be a factor in this fight, so basically going in 5v6. Let's just give up her ultimate. 14's hiding in the corner waiting for a huge high noon, hopefully. But
oh, the tire's gonna find him. Oh, there we go. That initiates the fight.
And
Milos is on the main now to get some stall. We're seeing a Winston from Killer for the first time this game.
He finally moved over to it. She said he does play dive. It has been a contested yet in the background now.
Here comes the high noon from 14, just zoning. Are we going to see a huge bomb? No. 8-ban does pop the trance just in time. But Boston member still falling. Oh no. Milos stalling on the point as the Mei. It's overtime spawns though. And the Reinhardt doesn't manage to get out. That's very unfortunate. It is an overtime though, so...
Yeah, it's
considering
what they had on Hanamura.
They took the first point in the within honestly about 30 seconds of the map starting, so managing to get them to finish the map in overtime is not too bad for Boston.
Boston? Oh yes, sorry, yes.
Yeah, Boston were on defense there. Don't question me, Cyber.
It's fine, I was just...
You made me doubt myself, bro.
I'm dying. I'm just there like, oh, flashing colours on screen, cool. Things happen.
It would make it so much easier if we could like customize the the color of the instead of just red and blue teams, like we could have the Overwatch League teams.
Oh, I'd hate that. You know, if a team with a white color scheme plays, with any with a black color scheme, it messes with my eyes and I can only watch it for like an hour and then that's it. I can't watch it any longer. So like, there's teams that I'll specifically avoid, not because I don't want to see them play, but because of their color scheme.
Damn.
It's like, so you know Seoul? I've never seen Seoul Dynasty play, I can't watch them. Because they've got black and it makes all the other colours really weird. I hate it. I'm the only one who hates Overwatch League teams because of the colours that they have. And not because I dislike the players or anything like that, or I think they're not as good. It's just like, well, you know, they got a bad colour scheme, so that's it, done deal. Blue and orange is alright.
We're gonna see the Moira Zenyatta healing combination from Boston. I think they maybe were expecting a Pharah from 14, so they've gone for the Soldier Torbjorn defense on the side of Florida.
He gets turret onto a that tarple. He's got it on one of the things. It's really weird.
What things?
I want to know how to do that.
Oh, he's putting it up.
Oh, he's putting it up high. Huge.
They do have a Hanzo. Like Hanzo's very effective at taking out those turrets. Just one set of storm arrows will take it out.
It seems that both his top is committed to just sitting there and hammering it, guys. So you know, he's looking after his baby.
It is getting taken out. That's it gone. He does put another one down before he drops to join the fight.
If man gets another pick onto the turret though, although Deadbolt will fall in return, I think he gets a pick onto Justin.
Rez comes up on Justin though.
That's going to be a first point defense for a first fight even for Florida defending.
Maybe not.
But now it becomes way more difficult to for Boston to push in because now the team of Florida have armor packs on top.
Athena does get a pick on Justin again, so there'll be no res for that one.
Oh, and maybe he's stuck in strike coming in. No, he picks
Athena doing work in the back lane.
Oh, he getting the pick as well. And from Athena's 14, that should be this point.
Maybe she really did earn the secret weapon of Boston.
I mean, she got 4 kills that last fight.
And they've got Blade up, ready to go. See what Florida are going to do to set up their defense. They've got the soldier going up onto the high ground. With the tactical visor almost ready to go there. Does almost kill Athena on her way out with the Helix rockets.
Oh, it seems that a Mistress has gone to the Doomfist instead.
Athena takes out the soldier on the high ground. Down goes Liz calling the Mercy.
Getting pushed into the wall. And trying to get another 3 picks. Athena invested with her blade down. Getting 2 picks.
You can get this Reinhardt here as well.
Oh! Athena and 14 just won the point. With the help of Fishman's Discord orbs. From like...
Huge plays there
loss.
from Boston. Maybe they've managed to put the last 2 maps behind them. They're looking very strong here coming into second point.
Starting to find their groove.
Yep. As we would expect from players of this caliber. Big grab from Florida, but the trance is there.
And it eats the charge as well.
Soldier ultimate comes out afterwards, so no trance for this one.
As well as the Doomfist ultimate as well. I'm not sure whether the Doomfist ultimate was warranted. The Soldier ultimate seemed to be doing enough in it. It was already a 1 fight.
I think that's just gone back to spawn. There's grav up for Boston this fight. Boston, they have the grav dragon combo here. See if they can put it into use. Florida just setting up on the cart. Grav does.
Oh, 2 grav dragons, 40.
The brig, and that's all the CC gone from their team, and they just need to get 2 more kills, and that's the whole team down. Sombra's still alive. She's not going to be alive for long though.
That's not... She's in jail.
That is absolute bullying. The Doomfist is going to be able to touch. If they need a touch, I believe the Doomfist could, but I think Florida are going to give this one up.
I think they sort of need to. They need to regroup and they need to just...
Doomfist is coming in, but maybe it's a bit late. He might just get himself staggered here. Does get it, man! And down goes Athena to the Brigitte. Although spawn advantage is in favour of Boston at this point, so losing the Doomfist could be huge for Florida. Down goes Justin.
Oh, Deadbolt gets a nice 5 strike.
Florida set up on the corner. The health pack has been hacked, so the mega health pack is not available for Boston. Nice shatter there from Deadbolt.
And a pin as well.
Okay, Boston looking very strong here. If they can keep everybody alive going into the fight just outside, this could be huge. There's no EMP. EMP is going to be available for Florida, and they do pick him! If the Brigitte can stall long enough for the EMP to get out of here, maybe not though. Florida looking very weak here compared to what we've seen. Out comes the Winston again. Again, it's not going to be enough. 14 doing work, 8-ban doing work, and the May is here to stall. The EMP is on its way out. It has to be massive. Too many picks from Boston, surely. EMP's on its way out. EMP! And it's not enough.
They are burning just minutes and seconds off of the Boston from that. That's at least 30 seconds that they took off for what they wouldn't have.
Yeah, it's going to be one tick needed for Boston. This map is at least not going to be a guaranteed win, but it'll be a series win for Florida if this map is a draw. So Boston fighting for their series lives here.
We'll see if Florida pull out an amount of cheese here. You know, maybe some Bastion grated over a slice of Harissa bread.
We do have to say they have Boston have looked a lot more like what we expected from Boston this map in comparison to the other two.
Yeah, definitely. They found their stride, and they found like.
You've got to wonder, have they found it a little too late?
I don't think so. I think, you know, it's very difficult to not get a tick in 2 minutes. It can happen, but I'd be very surprised if it did. I think that we're just starting to get a series going. Like, at this point, if Boston win this, then it's very much still a chance of Boston.
Definitely winnable. I'd love to see a 5-map series here, that'd be great. Milos going to play the Sombra, try and build up an EMP in this 2-minute timer. We're seeing a lack of cheese from Florida, to be fair. They're playing Rain, Winston, Zarya, triple tank with Tracer. Interesting setup. I believe that might be, is that the same setup that USA played in the, well, it's not quite. They had a diva, I believe.
That is a already shot to the point there. Mafia wasted no time to try and take this point nice and early.
Lisker goes down though, they're going to have to back up. They need to have their Mercy alive for the fights. Down goes Tracer. Milos is behind on the Sombra, but he has not yet managed to do a lot of damage, so he's only on 20% towards that massive ultimate, the EMP. Shower from Deadbolt, that could be that could be 2 huge kills. There we go, huge play from Deadbolt. Athena comes in to finish off the Zenyatta. It's trading back and forth.
It's just Athena and Milos on point. Tracer goes back, tried to stall. Depends on whether Tracer can now get 2 picks on her own.
Athena and Milos. There we go, huge play from Boston. We're going to map 4 with the series very much alive. Fourth map today will be Route 66.
I'm getting PTSD flashbacks of that, man.
I fortunately was not present for the disaster of yesterday for the London squad. Although I wish I was present, but you know.
We will never forget those brave heroes.
Can I get an F in the chat for London? And Grub's career.
And Grub's career.
Alright. Route 66 time. That was... Every map has been close so far, so... And I think if Boston have really found their stride now...
Do you want to know a fun fact about SR between these two teams though, mate? Florida seem really, really impressive. So, Boston's average SR, not including Jerry, and Milos, is around about 2,968. Florida's is only 2,576. Like, that's really impressive for what Florida's been doing.
I'd say their teamwork has been pretty phenomenal though. And I don't know if this is Boston's strongest lineup because of the lack of Jerry. But I recognise all the players, so they're not. I did expect them to be the stronger team. That's the.
But with the SR difference, it's quite surprising. Like, Florida have done really well as a team. Like,
Oh yeah, they
especially
have.
with the SR differences against Boston.
I think your Pinky Toe. I don't actually know your actual name or whatever, but like I've seen some good play from him, especially on the Widowmaker, Tracer, DPS, the killer on main tank as well. Good play. I mean, I think the last game, Deadvolt definitely stepped up from what Itban was playing it before, but Itban again stepped up the Zen play. So,
I mean, the thing is, like, that SR disparity, it just shows you how little the SR system actually matters in some cases. Because although you've got these fantastic players that are playing, like, on Florida's side, they're playing really well as a team. Like, even if that does happen, the SR system's so flimsy that all these players are just being held down in Platinum when you think that they're a higher level. And if it was just, like, proper Overwatch in the SR system, I think the SR system would be much fairer, but that's not the case, and all it is just more about if you play selfishly, then you'll profit more. But hey, welcome to Overwatch.
yeah, true.
So let's hope that both teams will be setting up at Big L's.
Of course.
Get your fuel sheet from there.
As a caster, I am of course not rooting for anybody to win, but I would love to see a map 5. I'm not going to lie to you, this series has been really, really close.
Yeah, definitely.
One of the closer week 1 matchups anyway.
We're not talking about that.
No, I'm talking about the other games. I'm not talking about the game that shall never be spoken of again for the rest of the time. That didn't happen, Cyber. What are you talking about?
She's at Houston is going to be Bastion.
Sorry?
Oh, that's Bastion on the side of it. Oh no. Houston, Florida, same thing. Same team. Definitely the same team.
Definitely the same team.
Yeah, man. Every team's the same team.
Florida are pre-season champions. Well, last season, I guess, if you think about it. If we're going by the Platinum Watch community as our last season. Athena dancing on top of the rock.
I'm not impressed.
Not gonna lie, if you did get sniped, it would be really funny. I'm sorry. It just would. Especially if she's still dancing when it occurs. I mean, I'm just waiting for it, you know?
I fully expect her to stop dancing and start deflecting, but you know, you do really never know.
She may commit, you know, 1-2, 1-2.
And Pinky Toe has been playing the Widowmaker a lot of the series, so it is risky. Oh, that deflect almost went right back to the Widow, not quite though. Okay, so they're going for the Reinhardt. Both teams going for the Reinhardt again. I think for the Boston side, it's because they don't actually have a player who is their regular main tank in today, according to someone in the chat anyway. I don't think Deadvolt or Itban are usually playing main tank for them. So,
No,
who is their usual main tank? I can't remember.
I can't. That sounds really bad. I can't remember, I just can't remember off the top of my head. Miles is looking for those cheeky environmental kills as the ball yet again.
Florida again, a lot of free cart as Boston just keep backing up, although it is understandable they need to play around the corner.
Probably Steve is just taking over Big L's, not threatening them for to the high ground. If man takes out a Florida's Mercy, and that's a huge kick on the side of a for Boston.
Pinky Toe's looking for a shot onto the Mercy, he's not finding it. He's taking his time though. Blade comes out from the Genji on the Florida side, does get to 14 taken out as well as he was about to go. I think he was maybe thinking of going for a visor to try and save the point.
If man and Marlis do take out both DPS for a Florida though.
Res comes on to the Widowmaker. A huge stall coming out from Milos. They've barely moved the cart because this Hammond has just been going round it for a minute or so. Boston can get one more fight here, although Athena and Deadvolt both fall on the way in. That's unfortunate. Hitban does go down.
This could get a corpse launched up into the rocks.
Milos is going to run away. As the first point is taken by Florida. 4:20 on the clock. A.
In the map. That's a very quick time for Houston.
It is.
No, Houston.
Stop
I
saying
keep on
Houston,
saying
dude.
that.
Come on.
Can we just start taking the
You've got your NA casting and my NA fucking camera work.
NA casting. He's charged by Florida's right. But no, he's just gonna get charged back by
Deadbolt is going. Let's take out the Reinhardt as he goes for his shatter. Huge shatter from Deadbolt. Can he take out the Mercy? The trans was up, which did save her, although he takes her out mid-res. Deadbolt going ham here, trying to carry the team, but I don't think it's going to happen. They've lost just too many people.
That's the issue.
Another kill for Deadbolt, and it's all in vain. As the cart is moving anyway. 14 has the visor and Itban has the trans, so they definitely need to win the next fight, I think. Just try and stabilise on second point. Milos on the Roadhog in 2018. What is this?
Right now, they do have the spawn advantage because they are closer. So it's very much a chance for them to...
Another huge blade. The trans wasn't enough to stop the kills.
Seen this answering back there, taking out the
He's just dived on by Justin's Diva.
While I was getting a pick onto your pinky toe, that's not going to be enough. And just desperation.
14 is just
now.
sprinting around the.
14 doing a quick jog around the payload.
A quick jog. This has turned into a marathon really quickly. He's survived for a long time, and he finally does go down. Bottom 15 seconds or so. They were almost ready to come out as well. That's really unfortunate. Milo switches on to that Sombra again. So it's a triple DPS single tank setup from Boston, if you count Sombra as a DPS.
Giving up on the whole tank idea, like triple DPS is just easier.
I mean, who wants to play tanks anyway? Let's be real.
No, you do.
Oh, huge shatter from Deadbolt. This is where they could maybe stabilise a little. Visor comes in. And finally, Boston looks like they've won a fight. Now they just need to hold this for another 3 minutes. I mean, this map, Florida, have looked incredibly dominant so far, so...
Have you seen Florida's ult advantage?
Yeah, it is obviously huge. They just need to keep everyone alive, but Boston can't afford to get picked, and Milos is playing very risky on the Sombra, and there he goes.
His advantage hasn't been picked yet, he's just hiding in the corner.
Every blade has been at least a 2k from
both teams.
Oh yeah, Athena's... Has Athena used her blade this game? I mean, if she has, I didn't see it.
Athena's got like a good few kills on her blade. I think both...
Her blades last map were absolutely huge, but they're coming up on the point now, and they've just taken out Athena, who has the blade. That's the biggest kill they could have gotten there. 8-Band does have the trans. There's a trans on the Florida side as well.
If I guess Demon, but just in returns by getting a kill as Baby Diva.
Volt takes out the Zenyatta, who has Transcendence.
It's manifested with his Zen. And Athena used Dragon Blade as well on the last 2 remaining players for Florida.
Boston have decided to set up on the cart rather than push up. First time I've seen Deadbolt on the Winston. This could be interesting.
Yes.
I mean, with Florida playing Zen Mercy, it is very diveable. Very diveable backline. Both Genjis just poking at each other. Athena does get the better. Yeah.
She's the better way about this battle. She has a bigger Naruto collection.
Okay, so 50 seconds, so maybe I'd probably say just one fight left in this. Somebody behind the team is a tracer for Florida, goes for the stick on it, ban, it ends up hitting Athena.
And it's by force anyway.
And another huge, another blade.
Nice blade.
Is he gonna get that guaranteed second kill that he's been getting almost every time? No. Let's take out the baby
Not with
diva.
blade. Get it with the trophy side.
Florida still has Transcendence up for this last push, this is what worries me.
It's still been stalling out the point though. Never made any progress with the point.
Trans does come out, and as the Justin falls on main tank, that could be huge. Hitban goes down, they've lost their Mercy, and the EMP goes off. That should be the fight one for Boston, you'd hope.
Oh, Mister gets it. He's just tried to stall out with the tracer, although he does have defect and he's being bullied by Deadbolt. He's gonna get a hit.
Hitban does earn the Transcendence, pops it straight away. They don't stop the res! Down goes the Mercy though. Athena out on the Reaper just to burn down the tanks.
You'll be taking his try to stall out with his diva on point. Maybe try to get a pick onto his bound mass diva stalls. Yeah, he will secure that kill. He'll fall to Deadbolt though, however.
I believe that's it. Okay, good. Considering their start again, first 2 points were absolutely walked by Florida. And then...
Oh, here comes Bindins. Bindins is the tank.
Apparently Maximus is the regular main tank.
Oh, well, Bindins is a tank player.
Oh well.
And unfortunately,
He's arrived perhaps a little bit too late. Maybe if they go to map 5 they might sub him in, I'm not sure.
I mean, depending on how well how Boston play it, they could do that my internet is bad. Please
Can I get a reset my internet bad?
Yeah.
That famous line from another day, another day when London played Houston that will never be spoken of.
I mean, on that note, we have upgraded the stream to 720 because of Andy's amazing internet. Enjoy HD.
The stream should be in very high quality. My internet is absurdly good.
And that's why I'm now going to move to Scotland, just to make my life easier. Actually, no, Belgium, dude. Have you seen what they've done? Oh, it's so good. Overwatch without loot boxes. Oh, hello. And good chocolate.
Oh, that means I can't spend all my wages on the loot boxes I've never bought before.
Yeah, man. But, like, it'd be great. And, you know what the best part is? FIFA being criminally investigated. It's even funnier. And if they get done in, they could get double the sentences because it's with minors.
Oh god.
I'm just saying, like, you really want to fight that battle in court. That's really the battle that you want to fight.
This stream just got really political right now, so we're gonna go back to the gameplay. Alright, as we go in, what are the comps looking like? We've got Genji on either side again from Milos on the Sombra. Again, the 2 off healers from Boston, but it seems to work for them. Athena gets a huge pick on the Zenyatta and the Mercy. Athena just goes to the backline and does work. So we jump on board with 14's Roadhog as he looks around for something that isn't there. Athena dueling the other Genji.
Gotta prove who's better.
Does back out before Athena gets the kill. Heart's moving really fast for Boston. This is what they needed. This is what they really needed.
Bart's getting a hack onto the right.
Huge pick from 14. And he hooks in the Reinhardt as well, huge. Well, maybe Roadhog in 2018 isn't as unviable as I was thinking. Gets 3 kills there. And well, they had 420 when they got there, they've got 520, so Boston do it even faster.
But we've had the blaze.
It's the Boston we all wanted to see.
They haven't just stopped here.
I just think Athena's Genji is the key.
Another pick by Athena.
Yeah, it's insane. Oh,
I see this been getting consistently like 2 picks a fight.
oh Jesus. Okay, so what ultimates are up? We've got Dragon Blade, Transcendence, Coalescence, EMP, and Whole Hog coming up for
And
Boston.
Shatter as well, really.
I mean, yeah, it's
That
pretty much
Shatter's
6
not
ultimates
far
for
away.
Boston. Boston looking very strong so far. The EMP comes out from Milos, and the Blade comes out, but the Transcendence is too much. 14 gets another 2. Is 14 a Roadhog main?
Yes.
I mean, yes, based on this game.
Yes.
While Boston
This is an
looking
insane time. They haven't
pretty
actually
ridiculous.
stopped
They've not
playing.
actually stopped the car. They've had pretty much 3 people on the cart the whole time. They've not really stopped. This is almost as fast as you can do this map. And Athena still has that blade ready to rock and roll if they need to take this last point.
I think they should even use it just to get the smoke kills in that tunnel.
Yeah, they need.
I mean,
They
Mars is
should
just
invest
putting
something
a,
here.
right?
That's a huge kill from Pinky Toe onto Lizka. And Deadbolt. Boston gonna potentially be stopped here. That's 14 falls, that's gonna be it. Itban needs to get himself killed quickly, there we go. Okay.
And
So
now that the penalty is stopped, they've got spawn advantage as well for the Santa Florida. So
This is generally a really strong point to hold on as well.
yes. Or at
Because
least
they've got to
burn
come
some
through
of
all
the
these
time.
small chokes like above the garage or down the canyon. Like it's not easy. I said garage like I'm a American. Ugh.
Damn it.
Any casting, boys.
True ANA casting.
No one's noticed the tracer. Sitting behind looking for some supports. Itban might be in trouble here.
This mess. And a huge hammer down as well from Deadbolt. But those guys get push bombed.
Itban takes out the tracer.
This guy getting a pick on
Florida
to,
used their graviton. Are they going to win the fight? 14 is still alive.
It's 14 and Liska. They need to fix that Liska first.
14 the Hog God. What the hell is this?
Liska falls. It's just 14 on his own. Will he get the point for his team? Yes.
It's a Hog carry, boys.
It's a big boy carry.
And that's a big stagger as well. They can probably get the car all the way around the corner now. Without too much of a problem. He's a brave man playing Roadhog at this time in the game when he's not very useful, but I mean he's certainly getting used, he's just getting the ticks, taking advantage of disorganization from Florida. The McCree is 1. 14 again!
So it's Deadbolt getting a nice 5-strike onto Mist.
Yeah, brilliant.
So that's gonna stop the flank onto this.
Boston have like potentially 5 fights here even if they lose this one. They're looking very strong. Out comes the EMP, that could be it! Tracer's hacked, they need to kill the Tracer quickly! Liska goes down, but they do have the Transcendence up, so no one should be falling.
This could get some pick after death as well onto that killer with the damage up.
Boston looking way too strong here. So we hop back on board with 14. Doing work on this Roadhog. This is the hook that Doomfist does come in. Doomfist can cause a lot of disruption. There is another whole hog available. Massive shatter.
But no follow-up. Let's go with it, ping up with Dakota.
Again, Boston are just getting more kills, but the spawn advantage. The Moira's still on the cart, they've barely moved it. And that's going to be it, we're going to map 5, Cyber.
I'm further and further away from a cup of coffee as the series go on.
What a series this has been.
Liska was the player of the game. 2 Moira player of the game, so I'm being spoiled.
Liska's been
Best character.
extremely consistent. Even in the maps that Boston lost, I feel like there were people underperforming, but Liska was never one of them. Doing the work.
She's got many cards throughout this series, you know, getting 10k healing, or getting player of the games like that, where she just dodged the Ryan shot, which is always key. If she'd fallen there, it would have been abysmal for the team, but the fact that she had the game sense to make sure that she wasn't in the cone of the shatter, this really shows what a good support she is for the team of Boston.
Okay, so Florida need to sub, and I'm not sure if Bindens is going to be coming in for Boston or not. So bin
I mean,
boy for it ban. Okay, so
he's been like it'd be fresh, so it may be better. But then he also hasn't been playing the series, so it depends.
Bindin's coming in for it ban. I'm not sure who the sub is going to be. Wait, okay. Dina's telling me something. Pause for a sec. Okay. That's fine. Do you want to go make coffee, Cyber?
No, coffee would take me 5 minutes. That's way too long. I'm not gonna make a series wait because I
How
need
long does
coffee.
it take for you to make a coffee, man? Jeez, oh.
Because I have a kettle, but it's like you know that
Is that a
one
garbage
where it doesn't-
kettle?
Yeah, and it just takes forever, but it makes really nice coffee,
Fair enough.
and it does.
Gonna be on Oasis for map 5, I believe.
Unless I think Florida are just losing people like flies. Lost 2 so far. Third time lucky. We could get some London boys in to sub in, I think. Depending on
Yeah,
how
London
they
boys are always available.
just at London boys, and you know you'll find them.
I think they're deciding who they're going to be subbing in. I mean, I assume Bindins is going to come in as he is their main. I'm guessing he's their main tank player. But they've been missing this whole series. Yep, a Rain main.
Bindin's bringing that Canadian maple to the team.
Yeah, boy. Has been a great matchup today, though. I'm not sure if any of the other games went to map 5 or not, but
It's been really good. I'm really impressed with Florida. Really, really impressed.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, like
we always to put it so difficult to Boston is really well played. But then Boston has done well to pull it back as well. So like to stay calm underneath pressure has been really good on their part.
just make sure both teams are ready. That's definitely the sub that Boston wanted to make.
Yeah.
They know what RDY means. I hope.
I guess I to correct you. I just felt like it.
Oh wait. Yeah, the
Ooh.
cubed Sean needs to have a public profile so we can all see how plat he is.
Or silver.
I mean, yeah.
It's no shame in it.
I mean, London has no diamond players. What?
What?
No. It's in private. Never mind. Fixing it now. Okay, that's fine. Just a tiny bit of a delay here, boys. The stream will be LA versus Dallas went map 5 as well. Okay. So it's one of the two good games from the first weekend. Although there's another game after this, I believe.
Yes,
I'll be too busy on my claim to Masters.
I mean, who left? Was it Art Neil who left for the team? Do you remember their SR?
Right.
Yeah, that's just what I was gonna say.
Okay,
Like,
he's
the
made
Davis
he's made his career. Yeah, 28.
Is
That's
it?
fine. We can go. We can go.
It doesn't matter. He's on the team. It's only if you're subbing in from thingy. You know what I mean? From other teams that we do that
Right.
SR limit. Otherwise,
Let's go, guys. This is it. Last map.
I didn't get to see what he's playing. What is he? What does he play? Wait. Stop.
You've got time,
Oh, no.
dude.
I'm a professional. Alright, another Mario vein. Join the club. Welcome to my sad reality. Give him the suck.
Wesley, don't do it to me, man. They don't need to know that I'm on the drop to gold, okay?
I swear that you've been like the highest you've ever been. Now, the main thing is with this map, how do they maintain these plants? mean, they're in the desert and these plants are really up high. Big thing. Andy, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Solo cast.
No, not soul cast.
I got worried then. I was
No,
just
no.
wondering how they watered the plants.
What, in
On
Oasis?
the, yeah, man, like, they're in a desert. Bear in mind, this is like literally a desert. And the plants are like... so high.
It's an oasis. It's an oasis means like a watery resort in a desert. Like not a resort, like a watery area in a desert, I believe.
Round one.
If
I didn't see the water to the left.
Yeah, are you blind, dude? What are you talking about?
Yes.
Get your glasses on, son.
You
That
are.
sounded really Scottish there, holy sh. So we're gonna see the hamster again. Athena staying on the Genji because she has basically, since she switched to the Genji, it has been a far more enjoyable performance from Boston. Liska on that Moira again. She has been incredibly effective.
Florida has been got out their Farah, their Far Mercy. Just trying to create a lot of damage up to the point. No hits so far. In fact, it's just been built up. First coalescence comes out for a Florida.
14 does get the kill on the Pharah when he's on the Tracer.
The killer returns safe with another pick as well as a Vez. 14
Four-
gets picked onto the right.
There's a Mei and he's got a pulse bomb stuck to him. That is incredibly unfortunate. 14 popping off on the Tracer right now.
Your Picky Toe getting 2 picks, however, though.
And I switch on to him as he dies. How unfortunate. And Florida, despite 14's performance, take the point. Okay.
You know what we need to do? I'll take Florida, you take Boston, and that was way better casting. Because you just say good things about Boston, I'll say good things about Florida, and everybody's happy. Do that.
Justice reigns from above.
Just use Florida's going to
Oh,
get 2
both
early
tanks.
picks onto both the tanks of Boston.
That's gonna be a reset. 14's managed to sneak his way underneath, like he's near the point. I think he's gonna go looking for a wee support to get a kill. He does blink, that's so loud. The great peel from the Diva.
This like Mason's going to be trying to reach multiple people. Carlos is just going to be
Getting
he got
launched
ripped
around.
out of the freeze.
Edvo gets a pin onto the Mei, that's a huge kill.
Huge
Oh!
hammer down. Is it going to be any follow up? The killer gets 1 pick onto this.
That's enough.
That's going to be a Florida holding on to this point.
Boston looking like they're gonna have to reset again. They've got the Dragon Blade up. Athena has been incredibly great at like getting multiple picks with Dragon Blades, so
So you float by Malos. No, you follow up there.
Athena pops the blade and then switches straight to McCree, so I can only assume they're having real problems with the Pharah right now. Doomfist does go down for Florida, and so does the Mercy. Huge pick from Athena. 14 does go down.
Yeah, Florida just trying to stall out to one for now. Just trying to start as long as he can. Maybe even build up some shots. I think it gets a nice flashbang kill.
Off goes the Diva. Okay.
Now that you mention it, there are boats on this map.
There are.
Never knew.
Big pick on Athena.
Oh! Marlos getting a huge hook onto a Florida's right. Stop the charge.
Is that going to be another? Again, they never punish the Pharah when she's in her ultimate. I guess it's going to be difficult when Athena's not alive, but
Deadpool getting the 2 picks so far.
Deadpool's doing work, although I thought Bindins was coming in to play main tank, but it looks like he's just playing off support instead of Itban.
Just giving them the good beats, the good bars from these shows.
To be fair, since Deadbolt did switch to main tank, it has been more one-sided towards Boston than it was beforehand. I know he's usually a DPS player, I think, but proving he's a man of all trades. This fight's starting, there's not been a pick yet, and there goes the Doomfist. A huge bomb!
Getting 3 people.
Down goes the Mercy while mid-res though.
Declan, 14, gets around the last bit. Sorry to take the point, there we are. Very casting.
You should be able to contest here. Athena can definitely touch. Oh, they've managed to touch, but I think it might be a bit in vain here. They were in way too much. They were in a bit too much for a rush, although they had to be. And first round goes to Florida.
And I'll probably just need one more match to take the series 3-2. So it's the whole of the West just followed by water then, isn't it? It all makes sense now. This is the map of the environmentals. Let's see if they try to take high ground. Like, I know this is coming a lot, but I really want to see like a massive Lucio beam. Something like agilities, yeah?
Oh yeah, well, Bindins is going to be the only player playing Lucio, I believe. I've not seen, actually, I don't think I've seen a Lucio from the side of Florida at all this whole map.
No, I don't think even the series.
Maybe they're, like, I mean, we've seen a lot of Reinhardt from them, but no Lucio. Oh, but yeah. Their Reinhardt might not like moving too fast. Seeing the Pharah from 14, we've seen this a lot throughout the series. Lizka on the Mercy rather than Athena this time. 14 gets a huge pick. You need to follow up though. The rain is absolutely one on the side of Florida.
This is going to be sustained by a Sentinel.
There we go. Goes down in the end. Okay, so Boston looked good at the start.
They've got the farm mercy going.
Double hit scan, switch from Florida.
Just trying to deal with that. Fire away swap.
Athena can do work against the 2 hit scans on the Genji, so
Yeah. Athena, this now
Genji Pharah is a very strong DPS combo, although the Diva flies in towards the Pharah Mercy. Lizka's been separated from the Pharah. We're okay though. Diva's fallen down the pit. Soldier tried to take high ground, but Bindins is trying to launch him off the map. Bindins wins the duel against the Soldier. And 14 picks the Mercy, and that's going to be fight.
This is getting the best as well.
All shatters used. I think this is going to be a Boston fight win. Deadfall again. He's popping off on the Reinhardt this match.
I do have to question both Divine was being used there because on both sides of the teams the fight was ended. So
yeah, I think Florida knew they'd already lost it, and Boston must have known they'd already won it. So using the ultimate there, maybe a bit.
From both sides.
Getting a bit excited. Trying to get the bots onto the Diva. Bindins does go down. Soldier ultimate, that's going to be 14 taking out the sky, I think.
No pit.
Rain chases down the Pharah into the pit.
Athena going in with a Gates blade.
There we go.
Onto a focus spoiler. This is going to be the 2 tanks for Florida remaining, just trying to stall that point. So as you can, hoping for reinforcements. Deadbolt getting a pick, Miles getting the Diva. And now it's just Florida's Genki trying to stall that.
Here comes the Pharah. Pharah Mercy still on the point. They might be okay. They've grabbed the Mercy as she goes down. Pharah's still alive.
And another kill.
The stall from Florida is impressive, but I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, Diva gets on. Demacked.
He's going to be demoted very quickly though.
Watch 14 as he's coming up on his ultimate, and it's not going to happen anyway.
And now I'm going to go to Mafia.
City Centre, you love to see it.
Do we though? This is just going to be where Lucius is going round. This is just going to be like touring the map, but in a circle. Then that's it. That's all he's going to be doing on the point.
I mean, are we going to see the Pharah from both sides? Because I think both of them were doing work there, especially 14. But I mean, I think it's just because Boston had control.
Not a chance.
Tracer Doomfist from the Florida side, Pharah Genji. Yeah, I think Doomfist is strong against the Genji pick actually, unlike a hit scan. But again, Florida come out here with very little to deal with the Pharah.
And I think that may be the issue. Although they have gone for Doomfist, so maybe they're just going opting for the pick.
Well, I see nothing to do with the Pharah as Doomfist. Goes for it.
Doomfist is starting to fly without...
Deadpool's out of position on the Winston. He's very close to death. Although he does get some burst healing from the Moira.
And it seems that Doomfist gets a pick onto this guy. And it seems like they found the far mercy counter is because of fact Doomfist. Don't need a hit scan, confirmed.
Yeah, we are entering the Doomfist meta where he's incredibly powerful.
Your pinky toe will fall down early there to deadfall. This should affect this fight quite a bit. That sort of pressure on.
Doomfist causing some disruption in the back of the point. A huge amount of ultimates being invested. Athena pulls out the blade and dies instantly to the primal rage. And she switches to the McCree. I think that's maybe why she pulled that out. 14 does have his ultimate ready to go, the barrage. Milo switches to the Roadhog.
We try to combine those two together. Hammer down barrage is fairly strong depending on how.
Yeah, 14's going in on his own. He could be getting chased here. Gets out with his life. I'm waiting to see these ultimates get used. Does go for his barrage, does get the Doomfist. That's the kill he wanted, I think. Huge shatter again. Okay, we're going to see Boston clean up the point here, I believe. Just the Moira left. Moira is stalling on her own very effectively here. There we go. Okay.
No, not quite.
Okay, so Athena is back on the Genji. Okay, so 87's kind of like you're probably not going to be able to recontest if you lose this, so it's going to have to be a good hold from Boston here.
Although Florida don't have any ults really coming up, except for maybe Coalescence. So they need to start just reinforcing it. But he gets an early pick up.
Huge pin from Deadbolt right onto the Lucio. Doomfist is about to go down as well, he's won. There we go, Benden's going huge on the Lucio. He's going after the Tracer as well now.
Biggest play of the game.
Perhaps.
You know what I'd love to see?
Athena staggers the Moira. Okay, so Boston coming up on every ultimate besides Valkyrie. Boston looking very good here to hold.
Yeah. And actually, if at this point, if you do another dry fight, and then you have to die quickly, get back in, you have to fight enough that a Boston will use their ultimates. So you'll have your ultimates, but you can't use any. It has to be a dry run. So he's going to press his ultimate.
He does kill himself. He tries to rocket jump into there. I don't think he realised how low he was. My camera's just died.
Huge pick onto this guy early on. Athena getting a
supports go down for Florida though. Diva does get back into Meg after getting shattered. but she just has to escape, and I think this is going to be Boston looking incredibly good here to stall this point out. It's going to have to be a huge bomb. No, it's not quite.
Just try to stall that as long as it can now.
Whoever gets the next kill is going to be massive. See Lizka go down.
Do this and throw this place again to be contested now.
14 is still uncontested in the sky. Oh no, Florida.
Defo's just gonna take that kill.
The reverse sweep from Boston. Incredible. Florida look force to be reckoned with though.
Definitely.
I have to say. And Athena finally gets her play of the game on Genji. Ever since the switch from Athena onto DPS from the Mercy role, it's been Boston winning every map, so...
She's definitely improved since last I saw her, when we were both playing on Philly together.
Wow. Bindin's putting in work in that last map as well. Holy hell. What a match.
Both teams played really well.
Fantastic.
Do you want to do interviews? Big thing.
Do we want to do interviews? Anyone want to do an interview? You put something in the chat, dude.
I will. Boss. I love it when my phone autocorrects forward to got. Big thing. Athena wants to be invited in, so I'll invite Athena in for an interview. No, whenever we say interview, have you seen Spy Kids 3?
No actually, I don't think I have.
No, you haven't. Oh, it's that film, it's like... It's always just that one line where he goes, and we'll bring him in for interview. I always think of that every time. I'll post it into Discord later, so everybody knows and that I'm not just clinically insane. But I always think of that. Or at least just watch the film, because then it make my...
So who have we got for MVP?
MVP?
I think we have to pick a Boston player since they won the match. I'd say Athena, since she switched to Genji, it was dominance. Every blade was pretty big, apart from the ones that she pulled out just to switch. So...
Yeah.
14 played well as well, to be fair. I think Athena definitely, she made the difference when she switched to DPS. We're to interview 14 or Deadbolt.
Either or. I'll invite both, and then
just invite them in.
Yeah. I do have Deadbolt added, don't I? Big think.
I don't know actually. MVP, it's Athena or Lizka for me. It's close.
Do you have Deadbolt added?
I don't, maybe I do actually. It's Deadbolt 7.
That makes... PlayStation just struggles so much to go find people. It just takes 10 hours. My life.
Deadbolt says he's going to be toxic in the interview.
Who is?
Deadbolt. Can't wait.
Yeah, that's fine. It just you know, just not toxic to us.
Ifan wants to know why he's not MVP Cyber. From you, specifically.
From me, specifically. He had great chances, great plays, but it's just like... Normally when you pick an MVP, it's normally a... It's normally a DPS because they did the most flashy plays. And as soon as Athena got onto Genji, the whole series switched to back, you know, the reverse sweep. And Athena was getting 2 kills pretty much every round. With the help of your discords, of course, this band, but in my opinion, I think it was just Athena's plays just really elevated Boston and helped them secure the wins.
I mean, you can tell by once they switched the rules up, they won every map. So,
Yeah.
I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
Of course, Ifban played fantastically well, and his Discord's helped Athena to make those plays. So it's, as well as sustaining Athena as well. But can't always pick Ifban, otherwise I always would.
If you want an interview, join now.
Or
14.
forever hold your peace.
Yep. I'd say let's make the party open, but I feel like that's probably going to end in a disaster.
Oh, I need to. Right, so I've invited Dead. 14. That starts with a letter F. Well done for me to doing the alphabet. There we are. Invites have been sent. The floodgates are open. Anybody from Florida or no?
Yeah, any Florida players want to join if you're watching the stream. Which you shouldn't be.
Athena wants to do a co-interview 14.
Hey.
Are we doing that?
It's
Going on, man. Well played.
thank you.
What do you think went wrong for you guys first two maps out of interest?
I think we don't play as much as we used to, so we're all a bit rusty coming into the map. We're never good at Hanamura as well. On top of that, and like we've just kind of turned into the reverse sweep team for some reason because we can never win our first two maps.
Yeah, once you get warmed up, it
Yeah,
becomes
so
a bit easier for you.
I would say because of lack of practice and stuff, we just warm up to games. Like our comps are good, our callouts are fine. It's just our execution of everything isn't great.
No, you're just making it a series, just making it entertaining.
Yeah.
Any
But
reason
gotta give
why?
people, like,
Who's your usual main tank? Because I've never seen Deadbolt in main tank before, though he did. Play
so
well.
our usual main tanks are Bindins or Maximus, and Bindins wasn't here for the first 3 maps. So
Alright, okay.
yeah.
Who was the MVP on your team, in your opinion? Like, who do you think had the best performance?
In my opinion, I think we all played well. I don't think there's a clear outlier, but I'd probably give it to Liz because she died a lot less than she has been, and she's been listening a lot more, and she's improved a lot over the last couple of games we played together. So I give it to her if I'm going to give it to anybody.
She played a really good Moira, especially on League Land, getting that play of the.
Yeah.
No. What map was it? Not League Land. That was the other team. Hollywood. It was Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, she played really well there. So I could definitely see what you meant there.
Oh, should we interview a Florida player as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, do you have any other plans? Are you going to start practicing more now that the league's actually started, or is it just going to be?
I think. Yeah, I do. I think we'll start practicing more. Maybe not as much as we used to in the old league, but I think we'll still be up and around there, and I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's not... Sorry, I was just going to ask another question. On you go, Cyber.
No, you go.
I was going to ask, is Jerry just not able to play today, or is he just not wanting to play in the team today, or is there any reason? Just because I expected to see him.
Jerry's like super sub. He's like last ditch resort to play. He doesn't really play that much anymore. So it's like if we're desperate for someone to come in, he'll play for us.
I see.
First. So, how do you think you guys are going to do in the league overall? Where do you put your team currently? In the rankings. You're normally at least top 3.
In PWSC,
So...
we were top, only losing 1 game.
Yeah.
And I think, in terms of league, I think we'd be top of the league. I don't see why we wouldn't be, especially if we practice more as well. It does depend on that, but I do think.
Yeah.
If we're all on it, I think there's no reason we can't be top. So,
well, yeah, I definitely think you guys are up there with the Houstons and stuff. Definitely. You could go toe to toe.
Were you surprised by Florida? Because I don't know if you heard this statistic when we was in the game, but Florida's average SR is only 2,570 something, whereas your average SR is like 2,900. Were you surprised that they had like those 2 first maps, or was it just sort of expected?
I wouldn't I know I wouldn't say we underestimated them, but I was a bit surprised at how well they played. Like they play a lot like some other teams in the league, like in that sort of mid-level. They're quite coordinated, and I think the only thing that let them down, if I'm being honest, against us is their hero pools, because they didn't switch off much when we countered them and stuff like that. I think with time they'll get better.
Yeah, definitely. Well, cheers for coming for the interview anyhow, and congrats on your win today.
Yeah,
well
thanks.
played
Cheers.
to your whole team. Well done. Alright, Cyber, I'm going to end the broadcast. And then I believe there's one more match tonight. So. Cool. Let's go.